Hands up. I'll just do like this.
It makes me think of Ricky Bobby. I don't know what to do with my
Okay.
hands.
Meanwhile, I'm thinking about Master Chef. 3, 2, 1, hands up, chef. So I was thinking about all those cooking shows.
Oh my
No,
gosh.
it's all good. Hey, it's all about the human experience. Meanwhile, I got all my devices going off in the background. So I had Alexa, my phone going off, got text messages coming through. I'm just like, leave me alone.
Look, if nothing else, it will help the listener visualize us sitting down talking about this.
Oh my Lord.
Exactly.
That's so dumb.
make us feel like we're all in the same room trying to decide the verdict.
Like they're looking over our shoulder or something, you know?
Right?
Welcome to After Listen, the music discovery and discussion podcast. I am one of your hosts, Brandon Lee.
And I'm Terry Yo.
And it's time for another Playlist Battle! Woo-hoo! And as you just heard a third whoop there, we are joined by guest Lisa today to help us decide who will be the winner of today's contest. Hi, Lisa. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I am doing great. Terry, you doing okay today?
I'm doing good. I'm excited. We got some bangers, man. This is going to be one of the most challenging ones I can see right now.
This one's definitely going to be tough. Yeah, I think we all three really brought the heat this week.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we all came ready to fight.
Oh, yeah. So all three of us today are going to be putting on some of our favorite cover songs against one another. So this doesn't mean someone using a sample or having part of a song allude to another. It needs to be a full-on reimagining of another artist's song. And boy, howdy, like Terrio just said, do we have some fantastic covers stepping into the ring this week. But first, before we get into the discussion, here are some quick disclaimers. As always, we respect everyone's opinion, regardless of how wrong and awful it may be. Some songs featured may contain explicit lyrics, and we may refer to them during the discussion, so you have been warned. Number 3, we're just talking about the music, not the artist's real-life issues. And finally, if you want to hear the songs discussed in this episode and any other episode of the podcast, you can check the show notes for the official YouTube playlist link.
All right. Let's get into it. Round 1, we have Love Lockdown by Glass Animals, which is a cover of a Kanye West song, and Darling Nikki by the Foo Fighters, which is a cover of Prince. What do you think about these two?
Well, I would just like to say Love Lockdown was my pick.
Oh, yeah. Forgot about that part. Yes. So Love Lockdown was picked by Brandon Lee, and Darling Nikki was picked by Lisa.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll start off by saying Love Lockdown was like immediately the song that popped in my head whenever I was trying to decide what songs to pick. Since like, I don't know, 2014 or maybe like early 2015, whenever I first heard this song, it's like it's constantly still in my rotation. I hear it all the time. I cannot even like listen to the original Kanye West version anymore without like getting a little upset that it's not this version. So I really like this cover.
Okay, Lisa, what are your thoughts on it?
I like it. It just kind of reminds me of like a Colts song, like a cult feeling, like the chants and everything. Like, you know, you have a tribe making it rain or something, some Indians. So that's what it reminds me of. Yeah, got your love locked down. So yeah, but I like it. I actually do like this version better than Kanye's.
Okay.
Glad someone agrees with me on that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, everybody has one because I do not.
You like the Kanye version better? Really?
I don't like neither one of them. I don't like the song.
Well, I can accept that. I can accept that.
So I can honestly say like this is like that. Like I like Kanye West up until a point. I like Kanye West up into Graduation. I skipped 808s and Heartaches or Beats or whatever stupid album called. And then I got back into Kanye when he did the My Twisted Beautiful Dark Fantasy whatever album.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, I lost I don't care. So when I heard this version of it, I was like, okay, I had listened to Kanye West version and then I listened to Glass Animals version and I was, it's definitely at the bottom of the list. as far as the ones that I like on this playlist.
Okay. I see you, Terry.
You gonna be okay, Brandon?
No, I'm
Can
hamming
you
it up a
tell
little
us how
bit.
you really feel?
For real.
How do you really feel?
I mean, hey,
No, I'm just
look.
kidding. You're
We
being
all,
honest.
yeah, we respect everybody's opinion,
Regardless of how
regardless
wrong
of how
it may
or
be.
how right and accurate I may be. So yeah.
Well, okay, going on to the other song, Darling Nikki. This was a new song to me, and I gotta say, I'm a pretty big fan of this one, personally.
That's my song.
I like Foo Fighters a lot. I've never heard the original or their version of it. I will say the first time I heard it, I misheard the lyrics, and because they like repeat the line where Nikki's grind or whatever. I heard the first time I was listening to it because I was in my car driving, like I normally am when I'm listening to this type of stuff. And what I heard was Nikki cry, and I was like, "Why is she crying? What is happening in this song right now?"
She could be crying too,
Could be,
doing what she's doing.
could be.
I mean, Nikki doing a lot.
Nikki doing a lot. I mean, she does have like all the toys money could buy and whatnot. Says in the song. So.
I mean, she got gas power, electric power. She got every toy imaginable. Like that poor woman, can she walk? poor Nikki over here limping down the street. Well, similar to you, this was my first time hearing both versions of it, and I will openly admit, like I like Prince, but Prince is a huge gap in my listening catalog.
Same.
So I know like selective Prince songs, but I haven't really like gone down the whole archive. So that's something that I need to explore personally.
Blasphemy!
I know.
You see this?
Yeah, as she's wearing a Purple Rain shirt.
This is my favorite album of all time.
Yeah, I like the movie, but
the soundtrack. This was part of the soundtrack. So, but you want to know the real reason why I chose this song?
Why?
So I couldn't think of any remakes, even though when you guys, had the list, I was like, oh. So I Googled it, and this is one of the songs that showed up. And since I love Prince, I chose the song.
It's a pretty good one.
You know what? Yeah,
but I do like this song though. I mean, it's kind of risque, and when I first heard it, I was probably 8 years old. Telling how old I am now, but yeah, not appropriate back then. But
yeah, it's a little inappropriate, you could say.
Oh yeah. This is definitely why we had to put like part of the explicit lyrics.
Yeah,
in the disclaimer, because she's sitting in the lobby just going to town, like who does that?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not kink shaming, but I'm just saying that's apparently Nikki got a lot going on. She just
yeah, she does.
I will say for me, this is much like the Glass Animals cover. I think I prefer the Foo Fighters version.
Same.
I'm
was
sorry.
a little surprising. Just once I saw the two artists, I was like, "This is gonna be kind of a weird cover," and I was a little impressed with how Foo Fighters covered it. I don't know, something about what's
Dave Grohl?
Yeah, thank you. His like whenever he like really is belting out and he does like not full on screamo, but he's like screaming the note almost. You know what I'm talking about? It's just like gets me.
Yeah. I'm a huge Dave Grohl fan as well.
Love Foo Fighters.
Yeah. So out of this battle, I'm going with Foo Fighters.
I'm picking my pick. I'm picking Love Like Now.
Oh well.
Well, I'm going with Foo Fighters because I like the song.
I'm honestly not mad about it.
So.
It's there's not really any songs. I'll go ahead and get this out of the way. There's not really any songs on this list. Maybe like one that I just like didn't like. I pretty much like most of them.
Okay, there's a couple on here that kind of just threw me for a loop. but upon re-listening, I kind of got into it. Okay, let's move on to the second round. The second round, we have All Along the Watchtower by Jimi Hendrix, which is a cover of Bob Dylan.
Mm-hmm.
And we have Smooth Criminal by Alien Ant Farm, which is a cover of Michael Jackson. Smooth Criminal was chosen by me. And All Along the Watchtower was chosen by Brandon Lee.
So I just want to ask a question. Did either of you guys even remember that All Along the Watchtower was a Bob Dylan song before you saw it on this playlist?
I did not.
Again, I'm probably gonna get some hate for this one. I never heard the song. Period.
What? Man, have
This is my
you
first time
listened to
hearing.
Jimi Hendrix at all in the past? I might have to educate. Such a huge Jimi Hendrix fan. It's gonna hurt me if you've
Yeah,
never listened to him at all, really.
yeah. I think I've already broken your heart once already this episode. I'm not sure if I could do it twice.
Keep on doing it. We'll just keep
Yeah.
piling them on. I'll be keeping a tally over here.
Yeah, yeah. Jimi Hendrix is another one. I really haven't really. I know of him, but I never really listened to his music.
Oh man,
Don't be
You
judging me,
probably
Lisa.
you probably listened to it indirectly because a lot of artists were influenced by him.
yes.
Oh yeah,
So you can kind of hear that in some other people's music.
He's one of those
I'm not
artists.
absolutely.
judging
He's
you.
one of those artists for me that because he passed away, he's part of the infamous 27 Club. If he had not passed away so young, I personally feel music, especially rock music, would have been wildly different as he continued to play and be huge rock star that he was. But that's just a quick aside. Try to rein in my
Okay.
Jimi Hendrix love now. Yeah, so most people don't even know, especially nowadays, that Bob Dylan was the original. So like I was just in the process of selecting. This was like I think the last one I picked, or one of the last ones I picked. But I was looking through like classic rock remakes, and then just stumbled across that. I saw All Along the Watchtower Jimi Hendrix, and it was just like a light bulb moment. Like, oh yeah, no one. Because okay, for me personally, I hate the Bob Dylan version as well because that harmonica just absolutely pisses me off to no end. It's like
I don't like that
It's like
either.
nails on a chalkboard for me,
Yes.
or like a wet cat being dunked in water, like over and over again. It's like screaming its lungs out. Like it is so bad. Bob Dylan is not a good singer in my opinion. Just for me, this is like Jimi Hendrix's song.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Well, don't hold back.
This was like one I got. I'm out of all my picks, I think this is the one I'm probably the most passionate about.
Okay. Yeah, I can agree with that. Bob Dylan was that version. It was
It's
it was
bad.
different.
It was a snoozer.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
just go to sleep.
Until the
I
harmonica
wrote on
comes
my
in.
notes. Right. I put harmonica versus guitar
Yeah.
when I was just
Wow.
jotting some notes down.
Wow. You know what? That's the next playlist battle. Harmonica versus guitar. I'm kidding. Nobody wants that.
Nobody wants that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm definitely upon listening to the Jimi Hendrix version, I definitely like his version way better than Bob Dylan's for sure. Smooth Criminal by Alien Ant Farm. That one was a nostalgia pick. For
I was
me.
about to ask if this is a song that because it's a nostalgia listen for me. Listening to the playlist the last before the episode.
And I was going to ask, is Annie okay? Because he
Annie,
sure
are you
wasn't.
okay?
No.
Are you okay, Annie? So this one like caught me off guard because this was like around the time where I first started getting into rock, and Alien Ant Farm was one of the first like full-fledged like rock albums. Besides like Linkin Park was rock, but it was also had heavy hip hop influence, and that was kind of like my little segue into the rock genre. And then Alien Ant Farm, and I think it was another band called I think like No FX around that time that one of my classmates let me listen to because I was curious about rock music. And then around that time, that's when they did the full metal version of Smooth Criminal. And of course, I knew the Michael Jackson version. And I was like, okay, I like that version too. So that it just brought back like high school feelings for me. And also me watching was that like the Moonwalker album or video, whatever, when he did the Smooth Criminal or whatever video that was. I remember watching video for the Michael Jackson version back then when he was like doing the whole lean thing or whatever and didn't fall over, which I tried that so many times and busted my ass.
It's very challenging to
do. So, I mean, I tried so many times. I was like, how's this man doing this? But, yeah, so that one, when doing the playlist or picking songs for the playlist, I was listening to some stuff at work and it came on because I was like, I randomly decided to listen to Alien Ant Farm, not because of this song, but just because I like the album. And then this song came on at the end. I was like, oh, shoot. Yeah, this needs to go on the playlist. for this battle.
So
So that's
you knew they had remade it, or you didn't know?
no, I knew they did it, but at the
Uh-huh.
time when I was picking other songs for like this wasn't even like in my contender. It got lost in my brain.
Oh,
So
okay.
I just happened to be listening to Alien Ant Farm, and then this song came on, and I was like, "Oh yeah!" So this definitely like it bumped out one of my other songs, and I put it on the playlist.
So I will say this song when it came out, like obviously I was aware of Michael Jackson as an artist, but I never like had really like searched out his music. I grew up in like a very much more rock like household. That's most of what I listened to growing up. So this was definitely like my gateway into like after I heard this remake, I was like, "What is this? Is a cover of Michael Jackson? That's like a huge Thriller guy, right?" And I went back and like that led me to listening to like more Michael Jackson, which is kind of cool. And I just want to say like the balls I feel like to cover a Michael Jackson song, especially one of his like all time biggest hits, and do a really good job. That alone, you got to give like a nod of respect to. I feel like at the very least.
I agree. What are your thoughts on the song, Lisa?
Hey, to me, it kind of sounds like the original Smooth Criminal a little bit, but with it's more rockish. But I like it. I love the original. I'm a Michael Jackson fan too, and I know all his songs. So I didn't know this was remade, but I think they did a good job.
Oh no. Oh,
Smooth Criminal. Dun, 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 dun.
no. Ow! Okay, so let's decide. Smooth Criminal versus Watchtower.
I'm once again gonna vote for myself or my pick.
Stop being your own advocate. How dare
I
you?
can't help it. It's how I feel. Like I will also like to say that as much as I do like the Alien Ant Farm version, it's not better than the original. I mean, that's hard to beat. It's hard to compare, in my opinion.
Mm. God dang it! I hate that you're right. Okay. Mm.
Yeah, but okay, you said it's not better than Michael's,
Yeah,
right? And what are you humming about, Terrio?
I'm conflicted because he's actually right. In my opinion,
That's
it's
true, but it's not going against the original Michael
that's
Jackson. It's
also
going
true.
against
It's
Jimi
not. It's
Hendrix
not.
all
that's
along the
also true.
Watchtower.
That's
So
also true.
forget that you like the Michael Jackson version better. What do
True.
you like against, right now?
Yeah,
Mm.
very valid point.
Touche. Touche.
I'm still sticking with my
Okay.
own pick.
All
Sorry.
right. Then. Well, fine then. I'll stick with my own pick too. Lisa, you choose. How about that?
All right. So I'm not talking about Michael Jackson's version, right? I'm just talking about Alien Ant Farm.
Mm-hmm.
And against All Along the Watchtower. I said Watchman.
I was
That's
thinking
from
it
a
too.
movie.
I kept saying Watchmen the whole time. The whole time. I promise you. I said it so many times in my head. Oh my god, I feel so validated. Thank you.
Okay.
I feel so validated. I almost typed Watchmen. I said Watchmen out loud. Oh my god, thank you. I thought I was insane.
You're not insane. However, sorry, Brandon. I'm going to go with. Not sorry, Brandon. Sorry, Terrio.
No.
I'm
Oh,
going with All Along the Watchtower
what?
With the
How dare you
reversal.
give me the Steve Harvey? How you
because
give me the
I
Steve Harvey
because I like
mess
this
up?
remake. I like this remake better, and I love the guitar, and I just love the feeling of that song, and so yeah. Sorry, Alien.
Well,
Go back to the ant farm.
well, that's okay because aliens are real. All right.
No. It
It's
returns.
okay. It's okay. All right. The next round we have "Freak Like Me" by the Sugababies, and that's a remake of the original song by Adina Howard. And then we have "Africa" covered by Weezer, which the original version was done by Toto. "Africa" was chosen by Brandon Lee, and "Freak Like Me" was chosen by Lisa.
All right, I'll start because once again, I didn't know there was a remake of that song, and that song came out when I think I was like in my early college years, and I liked it. But when I heard this version, I was like, it sounds different. And the group is from England. I had to look them
Oh.
up. Yeah, but I kind of like this version better for some reason. It had a different vibe to
I
it.
do too, to be
And
honest.
they,
Yeah.
do you? Yeah, yeah.
I do like both. I was not
Wow.
familiar with either of them, and I do like both
Hmm.
songs for what
Hmm.
they are. So this is
Yeah,
another very, you could say, risque song.
it is.
Yeah. It's a lot of. I'm listening to these songs at work, and then of course I'm like, blasting out loud in my little office room area that I work in. And then a couple times I was like, I might need to turn this down a little
Yeah,
Just a
yeah.
smidge.
bit, just a little bit. Answer the phone and stuff. Here, freak like me to the dog. Hello, how can I help you? No, I can't really do all of that. So,
Oh my gosh.
so when y'all submitted this song, I didn't know that was a remake either. I only knew the Adina Howard version. I had no idea.
Yeah.
I didn't know nothing about the Sugababies. I know what a Sugababy is, but I didn't know about them Sugababies. So, and it took me a minute to get into it because I made the stupid mistake of listening to the playlist first time through my phone because I was just multitasking. So I just kind of just let it play through that. And this version of that song is a song you have to have with the bass turned on because then you actually can hear the full fledged of the song. Otherwise, it just sounds like a whole bunch of just static and random noise.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, and I like me some techno, I like me some electronic, but even then, I was just like, huh? but once I finally caught the beat, I was like, okay, all right, I can rock with this now. So that one to me was a slow burn. I still prefer the original over that one. Um, Same thing with Africa. I
Well,
think I prefer the
let me ask you:
original.
did you guys know or remember the backstory to Weezer making Africa or remaking Africa?
I, not that I know the original band, like why they made it. I don't know about
Oh, well,
Weezer.
see,
Okay, actually, I'm curious about both.
let
So
me. Well, Lisa, you tell us on the original because I actually don't know that. What's the story behind the original? And then I'll
All
explain the
right, all
Weezer
right.
version.
So one of the singers in Toto, because that's who
Yep.
wrote it, his name is David Pate, I believe. He was watching a documentary about Africa, and he was so touched and moved by the documentary that he wanted to make a song. So his song was based off of the documentary and like watching National Geographic episodes about Africa. So he had never even been to Africa, but he loved the continent so much he wanted to do a song about it.
Okay, that's actually really
So
cool. So for the Weezer version, what?
nothing. Go ahead.
For the Weezer version, I don't know where exactly it started, but there was, I think on Twitter, there was like a just an online like petition essentially for Weezer to remake Africa by Toto, and it lasted like I don't like a year or so. Just like it just kept blowing up. People kept like tweeting Weezer like, "When are you gonna do Africa by Toto? When are you gonna do Africa by Toto?" So finally, in like I think like 2017 or 18 was whenever they remade it. They finally decided to do it, and a fun fact: if you watch the music video for Weezer's version, is Weird Al actually joined them in singing on it. He just like rang him up once they like finally announced like, fine, we'll remake Africa for you guys, so y'all will shut up and leave us alone. Weird Al just like called up Weezer and was like, hey, can I hop in on that with you guys? Which is just like a cool
Wow.
little fun fact about it. But yeah, so it was
Okay.
all just internet memes made Weezer essentially remake this song.
that's
That's
crazy that
yeah.
they even just picked that song and wanted them to remake it. Brandon, do you like the original version?
I do, but it's also one of those songs
Mm-hmm.
that I hear all the time on just the random classic rock,
Playlists and
classic song
probably,
playlist that
yeah.
comes up. Like it's at least once a day I hear it.
Oh, wow.
Probably, I would say.
So with that being said, Freak Like Me versus Africa. Where we stand on that one?
I'm going to go with Africa.
Hmm.
I'm gonna go with Africa too.
Yeah. Also gonna go Africa.
That's right. Because once you go black. All right. The next one we have.
You go blacker.
Touche. Once you go black, you go goddamn black. All right. The next round we have "Footsteps in the Dark" by Cannons, which is a remake of the Isley Brothers, versus "Love Song," covered by 311 originally done by The Cure. Love Song was chosen by, I think that one was
Whee!
Lisa. Yeah. And Footsteps in the Dark was chosen by me, Terry Yo. Be gentle. Go for it. What are your thoughts?
Well, okay, for Footsteps in the Dark, this was another one of the ones I should say where I don't think I like the cover more than the original. I did like it. It's not one of the ones I didn't like, but I don't know something about the like original R&B more. It's like slower. I don't know, something about it I liked more.
I agree. And I picked this one, and this is one of the songs I originally shared with Lisa a long time ago, making fun of the fact, man, that this random pop girl did
This
this pop
blonde girl.
yeah, blonde girl did Footsteps in the Dark, which is one of my favorite songs by the Isley Brothers. That being said, I will admit that my feelings have changed on the song, and it has kind of grown over me over time. Not to say that it's better than the original, but I do like their rendition of it. It's like a nice kind of chill version of it.
Melodic, soft, and
Yeah,
sensual voice of
I
hers.
do
It's
like
yeah,
just,
the whenever you're comparing the two on the cover, the kind of lack of like background singing. I personally I enjoyed that. Not that I didn't like the
mhm.
background singing in the original, but just like whenever you're comparing the two.
I agree. And with Love Song, this was like the first song by 311 that I actually like fell in love with. So like I heard this version by them, and I thought it was their version at first,
Same.
and then I learned about the remake.
blasphemy.
I know, terrible. Even more terrifying is Adele remade the song too.
Did she really?
Oh, she did?
Yeah, she did.
You say
Oh.
terrifying,
Yeah,
but it was probably really good.
it was good because it's Adele, but still, God, I mean, it's Adele. So, but I don't know. This is kind of hard because honestly, these two are like top tier out of the songs. This is like in my top three. Both of these covers. So
I was not familiar with
I really like
Footsteps.
Love
I
Song.
I really like Love Song as well, just as a song in general.
And I like the remake. It has like an island vibe to it.
yeah,
It's like, oh.
it's like a softer ska,
Mm-hmm.
aka white reggae, version of it.
Mm-hmm. White
That's
reggae.
Yeah.
such a concise way to
Can we
put
call
that.
it reggae?
If we're not, we should be.
Okay, so is that two votes for Love Song?
Yep.
I
Got my
think
vote.
so.
Okay, Footsteps in the Dark wins that one, and we're moving on to the.
Was that your pick?
I mean, no,
You might as
actually,
well say it. You lost anyway.
well, damn.
Because your pick or not.
God, Lee, put down the knife. um, no, like again, this is one of the rounds that was real tough. So I was kind of leaning towards Love Song because I do like that version a lot more. So
I like that song too.
I gotta be
yeah, it's
honest.
a
I don't
good
think I've
one.
even heard The Cure's. Right, that was The Cure was the original for that one.
Yeah, the
I,
Cure.
I
Yeah,
don't think I've
Yeah.
even had heard the original until this playlist.
really.
Yeah.
Oh. I
Yeah.
never heard this version until the playlist.
What?
Yeah. I didn't know
Blasphemy.
who 311 was.
Terrible.
I know.
We're on to the second round. All right. This one we have Gin and Juice by the Gourds versus which Gin and Juice was the Brandon. Can you say this for me? I can't say it. The seated.
The seeded pick.
Snoop Dogg?
It was the sneeded.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sneeded. It was,
See, look, I'm
no,
validated. Thank you,
because,
thank you.
because Snoop Dogg. I mixed Snoop Dogg and seeded. Okay, Gin and Juice by the Gourds was the seeded pick, originally done by Snoop Dogg. Is what I was trying to say.
Thank you. And versus Darling Nikki by the Foo Fighters. I can't say seated. I can't say what I'm messing up.
Seeded pick.
I keep saying seated peak,
Seeded peak.
but I want to say the seated peak. I can't say it right. I don't know what it is. It's one of those words. It's just the alliteration or something. But yeah.
And
so
whose pick was
whose pick was
who
Gin and Juice?
originally? Yeah.
Oh, that was Brandon Lee's.
Okay, why?
It was not.
No, it
was
wasn't.
not Brandon Lee.
It was my pick.
Okay, because I never heard this version, and when I heard it, I was laughing, and
Oh,
I was
man.
like, "Is this supposed to be a comic thing or something?" But then I realized it was for real, right?
It was for real.
Rolling down the street, smoking, and
Stepping
it,
on dead
The
edges,
part-
lay back. More money,
This
more
the
money, money
mind
on
of
my
my
mind.
money and the money on my mind part. I was smiling as soon as the song started playing and I realized what it was. But then that part hit and he says it several times throughout the song. And it just, that's when I lost it. I busted out laughing. Got my mind on my money, money on my mind.
On my mind.
I can't.
It just cracks me up, like hearing both of them back to back. Like
Yeah.
just when you hear like the Snoop Dogg version, and then you hear the
Yeah, it definitely
the Gourds
it
version.
enhanced it every time on the playlist to hear
It
both
did.
back to back.
It did. And then he was just like, my homie Dr. Dre. Smoke that chronic. Got some bitches in Compton. I honestly can't remember how or where I found this song, but I've had this song in my rotation for years. And I just, whenever I hit shuffle, I'm always delighted when it comes on randomly.
Yeah. This is, I could see that. This is definitely one I hope to be randomly surprised by for the rest of time. Just wanted to randomly pop up unannounced, brighten my day up.
Absolutely. I love this song. I don't know much about the band. I think this came out like in 2001, but they make original music, and this is one of the songs they decided to cover. So,
And when
I mean,
was when did the original come out?
Original was like
Like
92,
92 or
92,
93.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, somewhere around that. And they have since disbanded. I think they finally retired because like they've been doing it for a while. Like it's a whole bunch of older dudes, older white dudes, and I think they disbanded maybe in 2021 or somewhere around that.
Do they make real songs or do they
Mhm.
just make remakes?
No,
Okay.
no, they do real songs too.
Okay.
Yeah. So
This song in particular really makes me want to go out and see. Surely this is not the only. Actually, I'm positive it's not the only rap song that's been covered by like country artists, like remade, or I should say remade, covered, whatever.
Y'all need to do a show just on that then, because I'd like to hear what country songs have been redone
I
or rap
mean,
songs been redone.
yeah. This is one of the ones like when we came up with this topic, this was the first song I had. So I was like, this song has to be showcased. Like people need to hear a rap song being covered by a country artist. It's usually the other way around.
Yeah,
Right. It just makes it sound too comical, and I guess that's how it would sound with other rap songs. It's I don't.
it is silly. It's almost impossible to listen to it though without at least cracking a smile.
Right.
Oh yeah.
And then wanting to do the do-si-do or something. That's what I was thinking. Let's go.
I love the breakdown in the middle of the song where they just go full on, like bring out the fiddle and just like have a whole jam session, and then it quiets out, and then it comes right back in. And I'm just like, I forget this is that song. So, but yeah, I like along with some of my other songs, I like putting this song on and just have like not really telling anybody, but just hit play,
just watching their
like,
reaction as it dawns.
just watching their reaction, like just like slowly recognize, like, is this what is that? What I think this is? No, it can't be. No, what is this gin and juice? Like I love putting that on for people. Oh goodness! So this is definitely my pick. I like Darling Nikki. Don't get me wrong, but between these two, gin and juice is my jam.
I think I agree.
I have to say gin and juice too because I love things that make me laugh, and I love the lyrics. The lyrics are great.
That's what I'm saying. It's classic. That weed was too strong. I had to back up off it. Oh man. Okay. Next up, we have DD, aka Dirty Diana, by The Weeknd, which was the seated pick.
Hey,
and
you said it.
Yeah, it took me a minute. Hooked on Phonics worked for me. And we have All Along the Watchtower. Dirty Diana was chosen by me, and All Along the Watchtower is still chosen by Brandon Lee. This one, okay. again, I did not intend on having two Michael Jackson picks. However, the other pick that I had, when I heard Smooth Criminal, I kept going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and bump off Marilyn Manson and put another Michael Jackson song on there. So I like the Weeknd's version. It caught me off guard the first time I heard it. But I'll let you guys.
I don't think I would have at all known that it was a Dirty Diana remake. Like just looking, not listening to it, but just looking at the song. If I had just like seen that, because I'm not a, I've enjoyed some Weeknd songs, or some of the Weeknd songs in the past, but I'm not like a huge fan of his. So like I don't even know if this is like a super recent song or if it's kind of older or not. But just looking at DD, I would not have immediately been like, oh, that's Dirty Diana, right? Which was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Again, like I said with the Alien Ant Farm, just the fact that you're gonna like do a cover of a Michael Jackson song and do it pretty well is like, again, nod of respect at the very least.
Okay, Lisa. You got some thoughts, I can
Okay.
tell.
So, I mean, I like this version.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to lie. And at first, it sounded a little bit like Michael Jackson to me.
Right?
Um, but this version seems, I don't know, not as hard
His
or
voice
I don't know how
stays
to say it.
softer throughout than like
Yeah,
the range Michael
yeah.
Jackson shows on his version.
Right, right.
I agree. I agree. This is a pretty old song, I think, actually. So this is like
Mm,
one of Weeknd's earlier songs before he like blew up and was performing at the Super Bowl and all of
Mm.
that. I think this is like around the time where this is around the time I first actually listened to the Weeknd, because that was when that they called it PBR&B, like where people were drinking like the PBR beers and putting that on and kind of having like that weird psychedelic, halfway drunk kind of singing kind of sound. So I was like, okay, let me get this guy a listen. And the Weeknd is it's kind of hit or miss with me.
Yeah, me
Like I
too.
like some of his music, and then some of his other
me
songs,
too.
I'm like, I'm too sober to be
Yeah.
listening to this right now. So
He does kind of invite that vibe, doesn't he?
yeah, absolutely. Like you got to be on something to kind of really like enjoy his music sometimes. Not not pushing that or whatever, but y'all adults. Anyway, yeah, I didn't like the song at first. Then it grew on me. Then I hated it again, and then I liked it again.
Oh,
So
wow.
yeah,
Such a roller coaster of emotions.
I know, right? That's a lot.
Yeah.
but when listening to it back to back, that's when it's not better than the original.
No.
But I do,
I
like you said,
agree.
Brandon. I definitely I like his take on it. It's like an updated take on it, a more synthesized version of it. Um, but then going
Hmm.
against Along the Watchtower with Jimi Hendrix,
Which again is just,
I will.
it's like, it's up there for me personally. It's Along the Watchtower is like the classicest of classic rock songs. I don't know if that makes sense, but hopefully you get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that one. Mm-hmm. What are your thoughts, Lisa?
Well, all along the Watchmen. No, sorry. I don't know. I do love this song, and I just loved it from when I first heard it about a week and a half ago.
Mm-hmm.
But I do love Jimi Hendrix, though. I think he's a really good guitarist, singer. So I don't know, and I like the meaning behind the song. So
So that sounds like a vote for Dirty Diana. What do you got, Brandon?
come back to me. Let me think. Let me
Okay,
think a
okay,
second.
okay. Lisa's still pondering.
This one's a little tough because like, while like you said, Dirty Nana is definitely, or DD is definitely not better than the original. It is a very solid remake, cover, whatever. That being said, though, I think I'm gonna again be my own advocate. Once again, I'm gonna lean towards All Along the Watchtower. You almost had me just say Watchmen right then. All Along the Watchtower. I think, yeah, I think I'm gonna. I think that's gonna be my pick.
Okay. Okay, so we got one vote for the Watchmen in the Watchtower. I'm just very honestly, I was very impressed at how much in the beginning, how much the Weeknd sounded like Michael Jackson in the beginning of the song.
He did
He sounded
sound.
very much like him.
Yes, he did.
Like we said
Yep.
before, it wasn't until you get to the part where, like in the Michael Jackson version, where he kind of is like hitting a little bit more range. It's not until like a little bit later in the song that it really hits. Like, oh no, this is the Weeknd. Because you're right. He definitely sounds a lot like him early on in the song.
Yeah, but I also do like how Weeknd took it down an octave, like in the second part of the song. So I was like, okay, I did appreciate that. The one thing I would like to have seen, if I can go back, if I had access to a time machine and I had mystical powers, I would like for Dirty Diana and Little Nikki, Darling Nikki, to get into a fight.
I was thinking, what if those two songs went against each other? Because that Dirty Diana was Michael Jackson's version of Darling Nikki.
Mm-hmm.
That is
so
true.
To speak. So I was like,
yeah, and of course, Michael Jackson and Prince were always like
battling
frenemies.
and yep.
So yeah, can you imagine that battle? In this corner, we have Dirty Diana versus Darling Nikki. Yeah, I was hoping that the algorithm was going to put those two together, but didn't. It wasn't meant to be.
No.
But okay, all right. I'm gonna go ahead and make a decision. All right, my decision is going to be Along the Watchtower.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go
good.
with that one.
You made it easy for me. It don't matter what I say.
Terrible. Yeah, it edged it out mainly because just like how after a while, like certain remakes become their song. To me, Bob Dylan doesn't exist. That's Jimi Hendrix songs.
Too.
Me too.
So to me, this was a cover versus an original, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So, next up, we have Simple Man, performed by Shinedown, which was originally a Lynyrd Skynyrd song. That is the seeded pick. And versus Africa by Weezer. Simple Man was chosen by...
These are both my picks.
Brett. Okay, whatever.
Make it easy for you. These are both mine.
Thank you.
Were you guys familiar with either version of Simple Man before this playlist?
I was actually.
Nope.
And actually, there's two versions.
There is a rock version
by
Shinedown.
I like that version. I like that version way more than the acoustic.
Really? I like the acoustic version way better, and I would argue they do too because they put it first on the album that both of those songs are on. I hate kind of a little bit the original version of Simple Man. I enjoy, I should say, Lynyrd Skynyrd to some degree, but like singing wise, I feel like the singer, especially in that song, is like very just kind of like in the original Simple Man. I feel like he's kind of like, I don't know, his whole singing is just like a dud for me. I don't know if you guys feel that same way. It's kind of flat. Doesn't really hold any notes. He's almost like he's like barely singing. He's almost talking throughout. Versus Shinedown's remake, and part of the reason why I picked the acoustic version is because it kind of draws even more attention to, I don't even know, whoever the lead singer of Shinedown is. His singing is just like way more like passionate, I feel like, and kind of raw than the original.
I agree. I agree. Like Shinedown's version to me definitely has, dare I say it, a little bit more soul to it than the Lynyrd Skynyrd version. But also, I think Lynyrd Skynyrd version was a testament to the time.
Oh, for sure.
Because like that was they didn't have to do all that extra, but I guess as rock evolved, like you got some more singers like the Chris Cornells and those people that actually can like really belt it out but still keep it almost melodic. And that's what kind of got me more into rock, because I'm just like, at first I always thought it was just a whole bunch of screaming, but then I was like, oh, these dudes can actually like really like
they can sing sometimes.
Like sometimes like like they'll catch you off every now and then when they'll like actually hit like a high note or come out of nowhere with some stuff. I'm like, okay, I see that little run you did right there. I hear you. But yeah, Simple Man versus Africa. To me personally, Simple Man hits more to home to me. Like I
I
like the
the
meaning
meaning
behind that
behind the
song a lot
song
more.
definitely is one of the reasons why this is like one. This is one of
Yeah,
my picks because of mostly because of the meaning. Such a
yeah,
good like
yeah,
just
definitely.
like you said, soulful. Like just your mom is sitting you down and it's like, I just want you to have a good life. Just be happy, essentially. Like that's so simple
Hmm.
and
And
Hmm.
pure.
anyone can relate.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but Africa though.
But Africa, though. Well, I will.
What are your thoughts,
I will
Lisa?
be the. I will go last on this one since these are both of my picks. I'll let you guys.
Thank you. Stop being advocate for yourself. How
All
dare you?
Well,
right.
I don't have a
Well,
choice on this one. Whichever song I pick, I'm advocating for myself.
oh boy. So this was the first time I heard Simple Man. And yeah, I know. But I do love his voice. I love that ruggedness in his
Mm.
voice.
Mhm.
And I do love what it's talking about. Africa, I like the song. But like you, Brandon, I do hear it often.
You hear it everywhere.
And I know this song. Yeah, you do. You do. I think I'm gonna go with Simple Man.
Solid
Yeah,
pick. You really can't go wrong with either one here. Just
yeah.
pat myself on the back.
Good job.
I
Good job.
mean,
Sorry.
hold
Sorry.
on. Let me pick up that ego bomb he just dropped real quick. Nah, touche, touche, touche. I'll make it easy. I'm gonna go Simple Man on this one too. So
Yeah. I
yeah,
was also going to pick
yeah.
Simple Man. I'm not going to lie. I mostly picked Africa by Weezer just because of the cool internet history behind it and the fact that Weird Al was on it. You can't even tell Weird Al's on the song if you listen to it. But if
You
you
really
watch the
cannot.
music video, he's like dancing around and singing and everything. But yeah, Simple Man is, in my opinion, the better cover.
Okay, the next one we have "It's My Life" by No Doubt, originally done by Talk Talk, and this is the seated pick by Lisa versus "Love Song" by 311, which was originally chosen by. Was that you, Lisa?
Yeah, that's me.
Okay, so both of these. So you had a mirror match, and so Brandon had a mirror match, and you had a mirror match. Nice. Okay. Honestly, I totally forgot that "It's My Life" was a remake. I always associated that song with No Doubt.
Same.
And the crazy part is, I would hear the older version at the place. Um,
Oh yeah, they did play that a lot.
yeah. So, but when I heard it at the place, we had I will always just
Oh, you
automatically
talking
just
about prison? You heard it in prison?
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
prison, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, the hellhole, yeah, that place,
Yeah. Okay.
um, in solitary confinement, yeah. Uh, so yeah, I would hear it there, and I was like, oh yeah, no doubt, remake this, but then it'll just by the time the next song comes on, I'll just erase it from my memory. But then No Doubt's version will come on. I'll be like, oh yeah, I like this. Like it'll stick with me for a little bit. So I love Gwen Stefani's voice and in general, and I like how
Yeah,
they
me
did
too.
this one. So this is hard because honestly, I like both of these songs very much. So I don't know. I don't have
I like them both too.
yeah.
I'm in a
This is
similar
a tough
boat.
one because
Hey, I have a question though
yeah,
about It's My Life.
yeah.
The Bon Jovi version, that was not the same, right? Is it Bon Jovi
No,
or
no, 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 no. That's a
who
different
was it?
song. That song was like, "It's my
But they have a
life,
song
it's
called It's My
now
Life,
or
right?
never." Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
But it's
yeah,
okay.
yeah. It's a different song entirely.
For some reason that's what's in my head right now.
It's
That
in my head now
version.
that you
I'm
said
like,
that.
stop.
Yeah. Dang.
Is that
That
Bon
was also a
Jovi?
good song.
Ah,
It was somebody. It was one of them.
I'm gonna.
It's my life. It's now or
never,
never.
never.
It
Yeah,
does sound like a
it
Bon
is.
Jovi
It's my
song.
life. I was looking up if it had a different title, but
Okay, that aside. So Lisa, since these are your picks, we'll let you be the final judge on this one.
All
And
right, so I'm gonna go with No Doubt.
oh,
I do love Gwen Stefani. And I like the love song remake, but like you, Q, this No Doubt song is like the original for me, even though it's not the original.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with No Doubt.
All right. Just to put Brandon in a hot seat because I just feel like it. I'm gonna go love song.
I'm also gonna go No Doubt. It's my life.
Oh dang!
I had it decided, so it wasn't a very long hot seat. But
okay, well that was a nice little lukewarm seat for.
Yeah, the pressure was building up.
All right, so we're gonna go with No Doubt.
yeah.
Man, that was close though. Like that was.
It was,
Yeah.
That was like splitting hairs because both of those are bangers. Man.
I also had
Okay.
this was one of the ones where I had not heard the original. I don't think before. I like you guys. I probably had heard it at the place in like the background, but like I didn't really ever like know like oh this is Talk Talk or whatever. And I probably didn't really like consciously think about it. Consciously, I only knew of this version before this. So. Time for the semi-finals. Woo-hoo. That was the best woo we've ever had on this podcast. I just want to make a note of that.
Awesome. Oh. All right. First up in the semifinals, we have Gin and Juice by the Gourds versus All Along the Watchtower by Jimi Hendrix. To refresh everybody's memory, Gin and Juice was chosen by me, Terrio, and All Along the Watchtower was chosen by Brandon Lee.
For me personally, this might be the hardest pick this episode. Not even
for you, yeah.
What?
Because again, as I've said, I really love Jimi Hendrix all along the way. I mean, I just love him in general, but this song in particular it's really great. But man, the Gourds remake of Gin and Juice is just it's something special, man. It really is
Very special. You can't even compare the
it's
two.
very difficult. Like
oh man. Well, got my mind on my mind on my mind on my mind.
I got my mind on my money and my money on my mind.
Oh man.
Okay, not to tip the scales or anything, but a little fun fact about Jimi Hendrix. Do you guys know that he was left-handed, and instead of just getting a left-handed guitar, he took a right-handed guitar, restrung it upside down, and then just played it backwards?
Huh.
I did not know that, but that is
super talented guy. Like I
very
said at the
cool.
beginning,
Yeah.
if he had not tragically passed away so early, music would be drastically different, I think. He's mega talented. I just want to say also, this thought just struck me. There's not a ton of like black rock stars from this era, right?
Honestly, that's a omission in my music knowledge. I don't know too much about that. So, listeners, if you know something about it,
Yeah, please
let us know.
Inform us.
Yeah,
I don't
educate us.
think
We
that
wanna learn
should
too.
have any impact on this picking between the two, but it just randomly popped in my head. I figured I'd voice it.
Yeah.
Don't worry, it doesn't.
Well, I already know what I'm going with.
Who are you going with?
Hey, I gotta go with Gin and Juice, baby.
Okay, I am gonna go with All Along the Watchtower.
So I'm back in the hot seat.
Because I want Brandon to decide.
That's right. Put that seat back on.
Yep.
Just,
Get back
I
in that
squirmed
seat.
out of it
Thought you
last
got out.
time, so now y'all are making sure I actually get to warm my biscuits a
Let's
little
make
bit.
it.
Yep.
Yes, make it suspenseful.
Not the biscuits.
Not the biscuits.
Oh god, that's a visual I did not need right now. Okay.
You know, I've been advocating for myself this entire episode. So I think I'm going to mix it up and go Gin and Juice for this one.
What?
Woo!
Yeah, as much as I do
Okay.
love All Along the Watchtower, just again, like just looking at the playlist before I actually listened to it after you had sent it to me and we compiled it or whatever, I saw it and I was like, okay, someone remade Gin and Juice. I have no idea who the Gourds are. What a weird name that is. This is going to be kind of interesting, I guess. And then I get to it and it's just such a delight. Just again, I don't know. There was not a single time I listened to the song and didn't have a smile on my face.
The last round in the semifinals, we have Simple Man by Shinedown, originally done by Lynyrd Skynyrd, chosen by Brandon Lee, versus
Yep.
It's My Life, remade by No Doubt, originally done by Talk Talk, chosen by Lisa.
All right. I'm going to choose It's My Life, I No Doubt. Although I like Simple Man, I know it's my life. I love that song and the lyrics. And I like the video. There you go.
Well, thanks to you, I'm hearing two versions in my head simultaneously. Hearing Bon Jovi and No Doubt, two totally different
It's
songs.
Sorry,
my
Terrio.
life. It's now or never.
Oh,
Thank you. Because I'm singing that now too.
So
Thanks,
You're
Brandon.
welcome.
yeah. Yeah. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, so now I'm picturing the Bon Jovi version, but Gwen Stefani singing it.
I think I'm gonna go Simple Man. I'm gonna
Dang
advocate
it.
for myself
I'm glad you did
and
that.
put you in the
Dang
hot
it.
seat, Terrio.
Ugh.
Yep. I want Terrio to decide.
Not the biscuits.
Not the biscuits.
Oh goodness. Okay. So now I'm in a hot seat. Well, yeah, I'm about to go. It's my life. I'm sorry.
How dare you? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm about to go with that one because I really like. If it was the rock
Yay!
version, it would have been much better. But yeah, I like again Gwen Stefani's version, aka No Doubt's version. That is the original in my mind. Like Talk Talk doesn't even exist. It doesn't even register.
Right. What is a talk
What
talk
is a
anyway?
talk? That's a
Exactly.
good question.
Sounds like a new app or something that just came out.
It's already out.
They got to do Talk Talk. All right. Want to hit us with the finals, Brandon?
We are now finally in the finals. I love it.
Because Prince is not here, I had to, represent him.
It's fair.
R.I.P.
All right. In the finals, we got Gin and Juice by the Gourds, originally done by Snoop Dogg, chosen by me, Terrio, versus It's My Life, Gwen Stefani, originally done by Talk Talk, chosen by Lisa.
Well, how about I go
That's
first?
fine. I was about to say, there's not really much else we need to say about either song, I don't think.
No, not really much else to say. It's just a matter of us deciding at this point.
Actually, no, I don't want to go. Go. One of you two go. But I have my pick.
Oh, well, darn. How dare you be ready? Um, I am going to go with Gin and Juice. Only because it's very rare that a rap song gets covered by a country artist in its full entirety. And it still be about. They did not say the N word.
They,
I will give them that.
yeah.
They better not have.
I mean, hey, each their own.
No. That's what they are. No. No.
So much drama in the LBC.
Kind of hard being Snoop Deal Double G. Brandon Lee.
This one's
Make your decision, Brandon Lee.
this one's tough for me.
Stop thinking about Gwen Stefani.
I did have back in my youth as a kid, I had a huge crush on her. I'm not gonna lie. It was whenever the what was that song that was like it was like her big breakout like by herself song, where it's like she's spilling bananas.
To my Holla Back
Holla
Girl.
Back Girl. My sister loved it.
Yeah.
I was never really the hugest fan of that song, but I did watch the music video a lot, and I was just remember thinking as a kid, like, man, she's so pretty.
I will say, Holla Back Girl was it was like a stupid, annoying song at the time.
100%.
But then when she hopped on that song with Eve, though, I was like, oh, okay. The Let Me Blow Your Mind. Yep.
Yeah.
Which is also produced by Dr. Dre.
I think I'm also gonna go Gin and Juice by the Gourds for this one. As much as I do love the No Doubt, It's My Life.
You made it seem like that hurt.
For you to say that. A little bit. I feel like I'm letting Gwen down a little bit, you know?
You are.
I am. Straight up.
Yeah.
What was your pick, Lisa, even though you're technically outnumbered?
It was gin and juice.
Oh, we got a sweet.
It was gin and juice, yeah.
It deserves it, man.
Honestly?
It deserves it. Like, no lie, the first time I was going through the playlist, because that's like the very last song on the playlist too, right? So you listen to that song and like the playlist wrapped up for me, and I just sat there and immediately I was like, I feel like this one's gonna make it to the finals at least.
So when I picked this one, I didn't know how y'all were gonna receive it. I'm actually shocked that y'all liked it. I thought it was gonna be, what the hell is this? Or I like this. But I didn't think y'all actually were gonna like it.
Well, when I first heard it, I said, "What the hell is this?"
I also did. I also did, to be fair.
And then I was like, "Is this a joke? Is he for real?"
Oh, that's awesome.
But it grew on me quickly.
It does.
Yay.
Yeah.
All right. So the winner of today's cover versus cover battle is Gin and Juice by the Gourds. Originally done by Snoop Dogg. But it's the Gourds song now.
Got my mind on my money and my money on my mind.
Money on my mind.
That part, I'm telling you, dude, I lost it once I got to that part.
Oh, man. All right. Well, thank you guys for listening. Big thank you for Lisa for coming on and being our playlist battle co-host for today.
Thank you for inviting me.
Absolutely. It was a blast. You have anything you would like to plug or promote?
Let's see. I have several blogs. I have 2 cats. If you go to Instagram or TikTok, it's Callie and Max the Cats. Or you can go to my human blog called Healthy Living with Lisa DJ. No, I'm not a DJ. That's just my middle and last initial.
Awesome.
Sweet.
All right. Well, as always, thank you guys for listening to the podcast. You can follow us online at After Listen Pod. On where are we at now? I think we're just follow us on Instagram. We didn't got time for X or Threads or whatever. Just follow us on Instagram and on Facebook.
Yeah.
And we have our website at afterlistenpod.com. And as always, thank you for listening.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Bye.